Welcome everyone to our second virtual choral showcase of all of the Upper Valley choirs. We're so happy you're able to join us today on what is a gorgeous, perfect 10 summer day. So thank you everyone. Hopefully you've got your computer set out outside, you're doing your gardening, you're listening to some great choral music. But I'm just really so thrilled that we're now coming through the pandemic. We're approaching the end of virtual performance and getting ready to sing back in person, to rehearse back in person. But it's really just been a thrill to see the kind of innovative work that all of the choir directors have done this year to keep music going. And thank you so much, you as our audience, fellow singers, members of the choirs. Thank you for tuning in to support this work as well. Without further ado, I'm going to get us started by bringing in Dan to introduce his first chorus. Welcome, Dan.
Hi, Joanna. Welcome to everybody. We're so thankful that Johanna and CAFUV have put together another virtual concert. We really enjoyed the one in the winter. And boy, have we survived and kept music going in the Upper Valley. I look forward again to hearing all of the music that people have been making and all the technological ways we have come to keep the music flowing in the Upper Valley. So our first number from the North Country Chordsmen is called Not Gonna Worry, which I think is a great one to keep in mind as we were going through all of this and trying to make it work and work with people's comfort zones. This piece was recorded on our driveway choir system where we all have microphones and we're standing socially distanced. And we have headphones so we can hear each other. And then we filmed in the Plainfield Town Hall, so you'll see that we're wearing masks. And we weren't singing when we were recording that. So here we go with Not Gonna Worry with the North Country Chordsmen.
Speculate or contemplate what hasn't happened yet. I'm not gonna worry. He's got the whole thing in his hand. So I won't let it haunt me. I won't let it win. I'm not gonna ruminate or meditate on how it might have been. I'm gonna release it. He's got the whole thing in his hands. Right there in his hands. Maybe lately I've started to resign. So here it goes, God only knows. It might ease my mind. Yeah. I'm not gonna worry. I'm not gonna fret. I'm just gonna wait and see, and in between give thanks for what I get. I'll live in the moment. He's got the whole thing in his hand. Right there in his hands. Maybe lately I've started to resign. So here it goes, God only knows. It might ease my mind. I'm not gonna worry. I'm not gonna fret. I'm not gonna speculate or contemplate what hasn't happened yet. I'm not gonna worry. He's got the whole thing in his hand. Right there in his hand. He's got the whole thing in his hand. In his hands. He's got the whole thing in
bro?
Yeah, bud.
Okay. Well, that'll make a hell of a good YouTube video.
His hand, all in his hands, his hands.
I thought that was just the perfect way to start this broadcast. Thank you so much, Dan, for submitting such a cheerful, humorous, upbeat piece.
Yes, we were looking for things that people were worried about in their lives, and my two daughters one has a license now, and the other one is learning to drive the truck up and down the driveway. So there is a little bit of worry there, and yeah, everyone has their own worries coming through this. And then I did pull from the internet a little bit to get some pretty extreme things that you could worry about.
Well, it's just such a relief to be coming out of a period where, even singing carried a new kind of anxiety. I mean, there's the usual anxiety of, oh no, am I going to be able to hold my part through this, dissonant section of the piece? But then there's another anxiety of, am I going to catch a deadly virus while I'm here doing something that I love? So thank you for lifting that sense out of us at the beginning of this piece. And now I'd love to hear what you've brought for us from VoxStars.
Well, I just wanted to give a shout out to both VoxStars and North Country Chordsmen folks who weren't able to be in the video, but they did join us on Zoom. So they were still keeping the music alive too. So not everyone you see on screen is not are part of our group. So shout out to those people who were staying at home but still being part of us. So that was really awesome as well. And some people were outside on their car radio as well, participating. And before we get into the VoxStars, I just wanted to say, if anyone is looking for some summer singing, the VoxStars, which is a co-ed a cappella group, and the North Country Chordsmen, which is all bass clef barbershop group, we're always looking for new members, and we're on Facebook. Take a look, message us, and we'd be happy to talk to you. We've got actually 4 new members during the pandemic, which is pretty cool. That people are just hungering for singing, and we had a way to accommodate them. So the VoxStars is next, and we are heading into this one with a little tour through the Upper Valley, and the song is 7 Bridges Road. I didn't have enough song length to put all 7 bridges in there, but we can imagine that we are going through 7 bridges. And a shout out to Ian Henry, who got the sad job of driving Jerry's Corvette through Upper Valley.
There are stars in the southern sky, southward as you go. There is moonlight and moss in the trees. Down the seven bridges road. Now I have loved you like a baby, like some lonesome child, and I have loved you in a tame way, and I have loved you
turn from here and go. I just run like running from these warm skies. I keep on running from the stars down the seven bridges road.
There are stars in the southern sky, and if ever you decide you should go, there is a taste of time's sweet honey down the seven bridges road, down the seven bridges road.
Turn from here and go. I just run like.
That was great.
Great. Thanks for the shout out for the video work. That was quite fun to put together, and we had some ideas and people pulled together, and that choreo, we learned it pretty quickly because we had some new members that had never done that choreo plan before.
Well, and please repeat for our viewers the information about summer opportunities to sing with y'all.
Yes, thanks. So please look us up on Facebook, VoxStars, or North Country Chordsmen, or you can contact dan.falcone@dresden.us.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much, Dan. Thanks so much, North Country Chordsmen and VoxStars, and hope to see you this summer. All right, next up, we're going to bring in Jane Woods to come introduce Bel Canto.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I thought I might have to unmute myself, but I guess I'm okay. Joanna, first, thank you for putting this together for us. We've all been working over the winter and putting our hearts into making music, and it's nice to be able to share it with a broader audience. Also, the Choral Arts Foundation for supporting this, and also for the Driveway Choir, which Dan also mentioned. And Bel Canto, we didn't get to do it too much, but towards the end of the spring, we got two times to be able to use it at Buck Road. And it was very emotional that hearing us all together, actually that first chord brought tears to everybody's eyes to actually be singing together. So that was wonderful. So Bel Canto, we spent most of the year, in fact, the whole year really, on Zoom, doing our rehearsals, not hearing each other, but hearing the piano and putting together. We recorded about 15 different songs of all different kinds: classical, folk songs, spirituals, contemporary pieces. And I want to really be sure to thank Jean Chambers, our accompanist and pianist, because she was really the rock on which everything happened. Without the piano, because you can't hear more than one thing at a time. But without the piano, we wouldn't have been able to stay together and make the progress that we did. I figure she probably made over 100 recordings over the course of the year. For every piece we did, she did a practice recording of the piano accompaniment with voice parts included. She did then individual practice recordings for each voice part, usually 4, but sometimes 5 or 6. And then at the end, she had to go back and put in the real accompaniment. So it was, quite a feat and an effort. And we're just so thankful to her for really holding us together musically. I want to do some more thank yous as a way of kind of explaining how the Zoom process worked. And I want to go back to the beginning, which was about this time last year. Diane Mellinger from the North Chapel Choir was kind enough to allow me to sit in on their rehearsals and learn the recording process that she had already figured out back in March. And without that experience, I don't think I would have had the confidence to go ahead with the project. And then she also helped when I'd email her with questions like, what do I do about this? So I want to thank her so much for enabling me to get going with the Zoom and to get Bel Canto to continue to sing. The next step, I mentioned that Jean makes these recordings of the voice parts. On top of those voice parts, we had section leaders who put in the time to sing through. So we had Caroline Gollop with a substitute of Lily Cotto one time to do the soprano and recordings that everybody sang to make their own recordings. Colleen Fitzgerald on alto, Tom Hall on tenor, Ken Munsey on bass. And so the singers were able to sing with at least one member of the choir while they were making their recordings. And then our recordings got sent to Tom Hall, who mixed the altos, and I did the sopranos, and Ken Munsey did the tenors and the basses. And then Ken was our master mixer and putting together all the four parts. And he also kindly did 2 videos, one of which you'll see in a few minutes. And I don't want to forget our Zoom masters, because without them, we wouldn't have been able to be in our little boxes every week. Scott Neal, Prue Merton, and Larissa LeMay. Singing on Zoom is quite an experience, like when you try to go to a breakout room and a soprano ends up with the bass, or you get a random tenor in the middle of the alto section, and then you have to wait for them to come in from cyberspace. But it all worked out in the end and actually went very smoothly. So that was great. On to our piece, Like a River, arranged by Tim Osiek. It's a beautiful arrangement of the song, kind of folk song piece, Like a River. It's very lovely. It's beautiful, has a wonderful piano accompaniment, beautiful 4-part harmony. And it really brought us a lot of joy and comfort as we were going through a difficult year. So we hope you enjoy it.
Like a river in my
Wow.
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 Thank you. Yeah, it's, you know, that piece, especially when it comes to the big crescendo and the 4-part harmony after the modulation and the joy like a fan. I mean, it gets me every time, you know, because we're apart, but through the mechanics of digital recording, we were able to put it together, but it wasn't always easy to make it sound real. But I think in that particular piece and a couple others, we really managed to get over that digital hurdle and find the music. So we can just hardly wait to try to get back together in the fall, hoping everything goes as it looks like it will.
Yeah, just so beautifully done. Sorry if that echoes on my end. Yeah, I just love all of the water imagery, so perfectly paired with the vocals, and again, just a really great way to feel like we're on our way into summer, we're on our way into things opening up and being connected again in new ways. I also wanted to give a plug. Jane is going to be joining us for one of our summer sings over the summer. In fact, you're going to kick us off on August 6th. Choral Arts Foundation is helping to pull together some singing opportunities for everyone. Suggested donation, if you like, bring your own chairs. We'll have scores available to borrow if you don't have one of your own, though a lot of these pieces are choral favorites. You've probably got your own heavily dog-eared, heavily marked score somewhere in your closet. But we're excited to bring Jane in for the Fore Requiem and the Pergolese Magnificat. So thank you so much, Jane.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Johanna.
All right. Now, next up on our list, we have Patricia Norton joining us with Juneberry / Zoomberry. Is Zoomberry still happening?
Zoomberry is in post-processing editing. So we are working right now on pulling the film together, and we have a date. You're the first to hear it. July 18th is the premiere date, and we will be releasing it both in person and live and online.
Oh, can't wait.
So we're very excited about that. That's been quite a ride. So that was the online chorus. And today I brought a song from Juneberry, which is still in hiatus, although there's a lot of overlap. There are many overlapping members.
All right. Well, tell us a little bit more about this piece.
And I just want to say first that Jane is a fabulous conductor. So the opportunity to sing under her, having watched her many of her concerts, I think both Jane and Mark and Filippo and Kathy, it's going to be a fabulous set that you've set up. So this piece that I'm showing today was actually recorded in May of 2019 at a live concert. So maybe it'll give us that little plug of memory of what it's like to be in a room with a chorus singing together in person. Matt McGrath was our pianist. And I do want to say before I started that I chose this before the recent eruption in the Arab-Israeli tensions. And this piece is a piece by an Israeli citizen, but it was not meant to take sides in any way in the heart-wrenching conflict that's ongoing in that area. So we sang this in Hebrew. And one of the pleasures of singing in another language is the deep attention that you have to pay to the words, because you have to learn what each one means and why it's placed in that particular place in the song as written. And you also get a chance to really focus on the sounds, what kind of sounds make up this word, because often they're unfamiliar sounds. Now, we had several people who are fluent in Jewish, in Hebrew, in our chorus, so that helped a lot. I had some backup. But we needed to learn the language in order to sing the song. I want to share with you the translation. The words are by Moshe Dor. The music is by Yosef Hadar, and this piece is very popular in weddings. Of course, it's a great time of year for that, but has also been covered by many, many musicians. The translation is, I'm going to read it. Evening of roses, let us go out to the grove, myrrh, Fragrant spices and incense are a threshold for your feet. Dawn, a dove is cooing. Your head is filled with dew. Your mouth is a rose unto the morning. I will pick it for myself. Night falls slowly, and the wind of roses is blowing. Let me whisper you a song secretly, a song of love. Now that translation is by Sarah Kramer. And when we sang this song in concert, the reason I chose it to share today is because when we sang this song in concert, as I was directing it, my eyes were filling with tears because it was so beautiful. It was such a beautiful experience. And I really felt like we all got into that garden of roses and that smell and the scent and the sensuality of the song. So, Erev Shel Shoshanim.
Wow. That piece was entirely new to me. I'd never heard it, never sung it. I'm sure there are others in the audience who feel the same way. How do you find music like this? Where's your first go-to place?
I find music from lots of different places. There are several publishers whose sites I go to regularly to see and there are some composers where I go to their sites by themselves. I'm sure this is similar to all the other conductors on this group. I I also YouTube choruses that I like, and I go look to see what they've sung in their programs. What music is there? This song I actually heard sung by a singer-songwriter, and I went looking for an SATB arrangement, and I found this one by Jack Klevenow, which I thought was just gorgeous. And so I found this one through the words. I was looking for the roses. I was looking for songs that were spring garden songs. Yeah,
well,
that's what brought me to this one.
Perfect. Well, and thank you for that little window into the genius behind Juneberry. And we look forward to seeing you all maybe performing in person next year. What are your plans?
At the moment, I'm planning to do a single sort of longer term starting in November and with a concert on March 20th, which is sort of a different time of year and a different framework. So much has changed. I'm actually starting a podcast called A Breath of Song. So that can be found online right now. The first episode hasn't dropped, but the website is up, abreathofsong.com. And this Pocket Song online group that I've started is continuing. So I'm trying to find ways to step into the fall, combining both all the things we've learned through this past year and the ways of making music that have opened up to us, and with delight coming back to in-person singing and rehearsing.
Wonderful. And we're looking forward to the documentary premiere in July as well. We'll send around details. Thank you so much, Patricia.
Thank you, Johanna.
All right, next up, we're going to bring in Filippo to talk about the Handel Society and what you've been up to with the Driveway Choir this year.
Hello, Joanna. Thank you so much for inviting me and for making this happen. This is wonderful. So the Handel Society, as all of the choirs, all the colleagues that we've heard so far, we all had the same problems. We had to stop singing in person together. And then this incredible system, the Driveway Choir, that I'm very thankful to CAFUV and to a lot of people, but on our side, in the Handel side, Dave Robinson really did a lot of work to make this happen technically. So when I've seen this incredible possibility tool that would still allow us to somehow sing together from cars, I said, well, we really need to take advantage of this. So we have transformed our Wednesday night rehearsals in Dartmouth in Wednesday night rehearsals in a parking lot, right? And that we decided ambitiously to learn a masterpiece, one of the masterpieces that the Handel Society likes to sing and perform, which is Haydn's creation entirely from our cars. So that was our project during the year, starting from September to now, to May. And we have learned the entire masterpiece, and that we are planning to perform as soon as it will be possible live, right? So what the video you're going to watch today is a little short documentary on, the significance, the importance, the meaning of the Handel Society, that the Handel Society had for its members and for all of us that were involved. And you'll hear bits and pieces of a famous chorus from the creation, which is the heavens are telling the glory of God. We've learned in the original German, but this is the translation. It's a very happy and grateful choir, which I think we all need. We have met through snow, rain, sun, so it's been incredible experience. And I want to thank really Rick Reed that put together this video that kind of combines our feelings and the music. At the piano, you hear Mary Jane Austen, a wonderful pianist. And I also want to give a shout out to Irma Mellinger, that is our vocal coach and assistant conductor to the choir.
Wednesday night is sacred night, and to have not had my Wednesday night devoted to singing would really have left a hole in my week, but also kind of disorganized my life.
the Michelangelo of the group. When we met you, you helped us, you taught us, and I thought, how's that going to continue? And what you've done is you've chided us, you've chiseled us, you've polished us, you've joked with us.
So we were sort of desperate before we found this driveway system because there was no way to sing together. I mean, the Zoom thing was lagged, it was a mess. Then we'd have rehearsals and we'd each sing our own part silently, but we couldn't hear anybody else. Completely, it was just an unsatisfactory experience.
I told my husband, I'm gonna go try this weird thing that they're trying. I'm sure I'm gonna hate it and I'm not gonna go back, but I kept coming back. Because this was, for a very long time, the only area of my life where we were trying to do something new. And here we were trying to actually accomplish something.
I have to echo what so many of you have said, that this is giving us the opportunity to continue to grow our voices, to continue to grow our ears, to listen in a different way, to think about our intonation in a different way, a newer way, and to keep our voices active.
It still gave us the opportunity to accomplish what I call sonic bonding. So it's been a really wonderful discovery to come up with the technology that you've introduced us to.
Like the Handel Society has taken this very seriously and has really learned a difficult masterpiece, very challenging in many ways, during the year in their own cars. And I felt that each members wanted, not only did, but wanted seriousness and musical integrity to this experience.
Singing in a car. I've actually kind of enjoyed it. That's actually how I learn a lot of the music that we do, is sitting in my car, that we've been able to, have our community, be with our people. And, I look at the particular piece that we did, this Haydn, it just brought such joy and such, you get goosebumps and then there was light, you get these wonderful, good, refreshing, reviving feelings from this piece.
Wow. Rick did such a great job putting that together. Thank you so much, Rick Reed, for your documentary skills, really capturing the moment.
Indeed. And I really just want to echo what many of my colleagues said. It's incredible to me to see this community's effort to keep singing, right? And all the different ways that all the different groups in this area have found to keep singing. So that's really inspiring to relive these moments now that we are seeing the light, right? Has moments of real resiliency and energy in a difficult situation.
Well, and it's great that people are going to get a taste of how that driveway rehearsing has prepared the choir, at the very least, for the summer sing.
That's right.
You're going to lead some of the creation on August 20th. And again, we'll send out those details to everyone. But yeah, so you're going to let us come join you, see the man at work.
I would, please come. This is such a wonderful, come to all of this. This is such a wonderful opportunity for the community to come together. As I said to my choir, many composers go through their many different phases of sorrow. And, we know that many of the compositions of the great composers are mostly driven by challenges, right? Personal challenges. This is just it's a complex piece, but it's mainly an optimistic, happy piece, which is, I think we need it.
You betcha. Well, thank you so much, Filippo, for
pleasure.
joining us. Look forward to seeing you this summer.
Likewise. Bye-bye.
So next, we're going to have 2 pieces presented by Susan Canciobello. I'm going to just kick one of them off right now. A real taste of what music was like before COVID. Susan, just listen to that crowd. Oh, you've got your Estonian flag. Oh, that's perfect. I don't think I've ever felt so patriotic listening to another country's songs.
It's surreal to think that we were there just 2 years ago singing with 30,000 singers with 100,000 audience members, most knowing the song and singing along. What a difference, 2 years has made. And I'm still kind of choked up about it. It was a wonderful experience.
So tell us more about Jubilate. Is it going to be a group that keeps performing locally or Estonia only?
Well, Alan Wyman had some ideas, but everything's on hold because of the pandemic, but hopefully we'll gather again. And if anything, get ready for the next Estonian Song Festival in 3 years. We have plenty of time to get ready, but that's still to be decided.
Excellent. Well, and you're here with us to present another group as well, the New Hampshire Troubadours.
The New Hampshire Troubadours, we've been singing all through winter, rain, sleet, snow, wind. And the song that we are getting ready to do is the Prayer of the Children. It was written by Kurt Bester, and it was written out of his frustration for the civil war that was going on in the country of Yugoslavia. So completely different feel, but it's still a very powerful piece.
Well, let's take a listen. Thanks so much.
Children,
Wow, Susan, I mean, that piece more than anything just is such a reminder of how important art is for advancing causes of social justice and how much we've been missing that over the last couple of years.
And it emphasizes the power of music and choral singing together. I just want to read a quick statement by the composer, and he said that this piece came out of a spirit of desperation and frustration that the song was born, and the fact that the song is used to console others in similar circumstances is how the song should be used. So I think this says it all. On another note, we're planning some concerts and hopefully outdoor Sunday afternoon concerts. One will be in Newport. I don't have the date just yet, and also in Bradford, New Hampshire. And as soon as we finalize those dates, we'll get those out. But we will be distanced. We'll be using the microphones from the driveway choir, but we'll have speakers so we can spread out and the audience can spread out outside. And we're looking forward to being able to do that and have an audience again.
Well, that's great. Yeah, and it'll be nice this summer to see what else the driveway choir can do out in the world outside of our driveways. So
yes, absolutely.
All
Thank
right,
you so much.
Thank you, Susan. All right, next up, we're bringing in Perry Allison. Very excited to have you here. We missed you at the last showcase, and so we're looking forward to hearing about the V-tones.
Thank you. You know, a lot of people know of me from We the People Theater, but today I'm here representing a new a cappella group. The V-tones started singing together, you know, about 1.5 years ago in the before time. And so we didn't get too far before everything was sort of halted. But we were able to get together. We did one driveway choir rehearsal. That was really fun. And then we got together about 2 weeks ago at the Stratford Church and worked on this piece that we're going to sing for you. And then we took it out to the green and did a video. And it's sort of a funny story. We were trying to figure out how to get the video and could we switch out. And this lovely young guy was walking down the street and we said, hey, can you come? You know, I said, are you an aspiring filmmaker? And he said, actually, video is my job. And so he took our video. So that's what you're going to see. In terms of the music that we sing a whole range of repertoire from classical to folk to tight jazz, spirituals, even some pop. And we are performance oriented. We are looking for a few good singers. So if anyone is interested in seeing what it's about, you can reach out to us at vtones.singers@gmail.com. So with that, the song we're singing is God Only Knows, which is a Beach Boys song. This arrangement was done by the Real Group, a wonderful Swedish a cappella group, and the composer is Thomas Bergquist. But I'm sure you'll all recognize the song.
Yeah, and feel free to sing along. Thanks so much, Perry.
I may not always love you, but long as there are stars above you, you never need to doubt it. I'll make you so sure not always love you,
but long as there are stars above
you never need to doubt it. I'll make you so sure about it.
God only knows what I'd be without you. God only knows what I'd be without you. God only knows what I'd be without. 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 God only knows what I'd be without you. Without you.
That was great. And a shout out to my friend Becky Bailey, who is just one of the best backup singers, best friends, best coworkers. It's really nice to see her in a tight knit group and hear all of your voices just so beautifully blend together, but also, you know, each of you singing your parts just so gorgeously.
Thank you. It's been fun. We're having fun.
That's what counts.
Right.
So, well, I'm hoping that you'll get a little bit of recruitment out of this event. It is one of the reasons why we're pulling folks together for this choral showcase. It's like speed dating. All of you singers out in the audience, feel free to, you know, reach out to any of these directors and see if they're hosting auditions, if there are opportunities to see them in concert, to meet with them. And Perry, thank you for bringing this new group to our attention.
Thanks for doing this.
All right. Next up, we're going to bring in Kathy Sherlock Green with Cantabile.
Hi there. Oh my God, I can't stop smiling. I can't. This is just amazing. I mean, I am just in awe of our choral community in the Upper Valley. First of all, you know, for the size of our population, that we have so many different choral groups, you know, doing their thing. It's just amazing. And also I have so many thoughts. I wasn't thinking any of this before I thought about what I wanted to say, but just watching, you know, in the before time, the Choral Arts Foundation was trying to put together something like this live, right? Like, let's all get together and do one big concert. And this just makes me want to do that even more. So I just, my hat's off to everybody who has persisted through this and has made music and come together and kept things going. So that's, you know, Cantabile, we kept things going in our way too. We decided that, you know, 2021 marks the 20th anniversary of Cantabile's formation. And we had big plans. We still do. We still plan to celebrate our anniversary when we can do so. And we're hoping that's next year. So we actually commissioned a piece that is being worked on right now by a composer named Philip Sylvie, who is at Eastman Conservatory, and he is a wonderful choral composer. And he works with women's ensembles, and he has composed for women in beautiful ways. And we've done some of his other work. And anyway, he's working on a piece for us that we're going to premiere, doggone it, in, we hope, January of 2022. So we are planning to get back in the saddle. And now we have these other ways that we've, you know, what using the radio system, I think this spring mostly kind of was a training ground, I think. So we saw how it works and where, where we needed to make adjustments. And, anyway, we're going to have a concert in 2022 with real people sitting in real chairs and real people singing. So anyway, we made use of the driveway radio system, and yes, like everybody said, it was just, we started learning some music via Zoom, but once you get into a situation where you can hear the other voices, that's just amazing. So we decided to, let's use this time to work ahead and think about what we might want to do on our celebration anniversary concert. And so one of the pieces that I found was this song called All the Way Home, written by Sarah Quartel, and she is a Canadian composer, somebody that she writes a lot for women's voices, and so she's been on my radar screen. But this piece was actually commissioned by the Radcliffe Ladies Choir. That's a group in the UK on the occasion of their 25th anniversary. So it really speaks to, this anniversary and women's choral music. So we just love this song. So we made a recording via the driveway radio system, and it came out pretty good. I don't think the other ladies in the group haven't heard it. I'm the only one who have heard so this is going to be fun. And also, the other thing I love seeing on these various videos is just the ingenious ways that the singers kind of rigged up their systems for holding the mic and the music and the earphones. And in some of the photos that we have coming up here, you'll see some of the ways that our ladies figured out how to make everything work. And yeah, we just figured it out, didn't we? And we made music, but we're looking forward and can't wait. And the other thing that was so inspiring too is that the majority of our membership kept up and came on Zoom and showed up to the driveway. And, that was heartening to me, that I thought, we're not going to let this is not going to destroy us. We are going to stay together in whatever way we can, and we're going to come out of this. So anyway, that's probably enough, right?
All right.
Yeah.
Shall we roll tape?
Roll tape.
Friendships I have known.
More than any other, this song has been stuck in my head all week as I've been preparing for this. So
Oh gosh.
beautiful, beautiful work.
Yeah, thank you. I want to shout out to Gene Chambers too. In because we did some Zoom rehearsals, and it really, the piano is really the glue that holds that situation together. And so I want to give her all the credit for that, and her beautiful playing, of course. Yeah. So
it's gorgeous. And we're looking forward to also having you back for one of our summer sings at the end, August 27th, Treble Pieces TBD, but very excited you'll be joining us for that as well, for outdoor singing.
Yeah, and we usually do a summer sing, Cantabile does, and it's a chance to sing this literature that's written for women's voices. And also, if one is considering joining or wanting to find a choral group, you can come and kind of get a feel for what it's like. So this is going to be our summer sing, the August 27th event. Yeah.
Well, great. And hope you get some women's voices added to your choir with a little bit of speed dating. And thank you so much, Kathy.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for doing this. It's wonderful.
Our pleasure, for sure. All right. Next up, we're going to bring in Kevin Quigley with the Thetford Chamber Singers. Hello, Kevin.
Hi. So glad to be here. Oh my gosh, I'm just overwhelmed with this idea that can digital group singing come close to the sense of togetherness that we get when we're singing together live? And it kind of does. I feel so warm and so encouraged with what's happening here. It's just great.
Do you want to tell us about this particular piece you've put together, Kevin?
Yeah. So we sent in a few. We just did our virtual concert about a week ago. And if you're interested in seeing that, there's a couple of things happening there that may be of interest to this particular audience. One is the music. We've got 6 virtual songs that we put together. And the other piece is that in between each song, I've brought in either a member of the chorus or a member of the community, some faces that you've seen in this show today, just to talk about some of the behind the scenes stuff. So if you're interested in the process or how any of this stuff actually happens and works, that's go to our website, thetfordchambersingers.com, and take a look at that. So the song we're going to present is by Andre J. Thomas. He's, I want to say he's just about in his 70s, African-American composer, comes from the South, out of the gospel and spiritual traditions. And when I came across this song in the archives of the Thetford Chamber Singers Music Library, it was immediately pulled out, and it's been waiting and waiting for us to perform. And I dropped it into a program that was going to be our first live show after the last presidential election, where and at a time when I was doing that program, it was not clear which direction that election was going to go. Of course, things were still pretty up in the air, and I thought this would be useful in the case of either outcome. The name of the song is Fences. Andre J. Thomas set the poem of his partner, of his wife, Fences. And what she does in this is really quite interesting. Is she starts way, 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 sort of looking down at the planet and noticing no divisions. The beginning of the creation of the universe, of the cosmos, no divisions. And then arriving at this conclusion that divisions are made by humankind. And what might we be able to do to help us return back to our natural state where we realize we are all together? And within that little bit of a fight, one of the things Andre Thomas did is he uses the device of hemiola. So this is for the musicians out there. Hemiola is most famously known for Bernstein's America, and it's where you switch from a 2-beat measure that's got 2 long beats and a 3-beat measure that has 3 short beats, but the time stays the same, just the division, right? So there's a little bit of an argument within the rhythm of this piece that gives it some energy and some excitement. So if you want to listen to that, great. If you'd like to listen to just what's happening musically there, also good. Here we go.
The universe was born, mountains rose and stars were torn from the woven cloth of time, and there were no fences. Freedom's only ours to share, and there are no fences. In photographs from far in space, Earth and ocean have their place. And there are no fences. But photographs somewhere in time, Kearsarge Chorus beds online, and for children yet to be fair.
That piece is so much fun. One of the things I love about it is both how it draws out this theme of music being something that can erase those artificial divides we've created, but also a sense of music as a way to escape outside of our regular life, our regular ways of thinking. It, helps to jostle us a little bit in a good way. And this is great for that.
Yeah, totally. I want to thank our production crew, Pat Attilio, Stephen Dunn, Leah Romano. People have been putting in work for months to get all of these virtual pieces together. And I also want to thank you and the Choral Arts Foundation for putting this show together. It's so inspiring to be able to sit in here and hear what everybody's doing up to.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to have an in-person version of the showcase, but in the meantime, digital work, innovative video making paired with music like what you've done here makes shows like this really fun.
Yeah.
So thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Thanks so much, Kevin. And now we're going to bring in Diane to tell us about the North Chapel Choir.
Hi, thanks for having us. And it's always nice that we can all be together like this. I'm the music director for the North Chapel UU Church in Woodstock, Vermont. And for the past 65 weeks, who's counting, we've been closed like so many other churches all around the world. And instead, we create an e-service that we post on YouTube Sunday mornings. And that includes music, which is often pieces that are done by our volunteer choir of 20 to 30 singers. So for the past 14 months, we have rehearsed weekly on Zoom and recorded individual audios that are mixed together into the pieces for the services. And since April of 2020, we have created close to 30 pieces, which I think if I were to count from 20 plus singers, that is more than 500 individual audios that have been sent to me and combined into the pieces. I have to say that I'm somewhat jealous when I hear people have production assistants and accompanists and videographers and all sorts of other help on our slim budget. I am the chief person who does all of those things. I record all the piano parts and sing all the parts to send out for audio recordings, and I harangue everyone. I have a great group of singers who will send back their audio parts in a timely fashion, and I mix them together. I also then take the video. In this lovely state of Vermont, there's a lot of beautiful vistas to take a lot of the visuals that go with our pieces. So the song for this concert was in our e-service a couple of weeks ago. And I want to shout out to Alicia Breer, who is a friend of mine who agreed to do the descant for this piece. And it's a beautiful piece. So I hope you enjoy it.
Peace to my soul, release from deep within, find in His loving will, where peace has always been. For little do you know, for little
That was gorgeous. That was absolutely gorgeous. And I love the direction you took with the video element. Just like very simple. You can see the dandelions just barely fluttering in the wind, but that real stillness and listening that comes with that.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been an eye opener, just the video portion of it all, to really look at things in a different way, as I'm having to take all these videos for all of these e-services that have to be done week after week after week. But the good news is that we have 4 weeks left. Our last e-service will be on the 4th of July. And then starting the 11th of July will be live services in the backyard of the church. And hopefully in the fall, we'll be back in person singing, God willing, inside. So here's hoping for that.
Well, wonderful. I think I live in Lebanon, but definitely worth the trek to come up and hear you on a Sunday morning. And thank you so much for sharing your choir with us today.
Thanks, Johanna.
All right. Next up, we had a couple choir directors who were unable to join us today at the last minute. One of them is Alex from the Kearsarge Chorale, but he was able to record a little short intro. So I'll cue that up along with the piece.
Hi, everyone. I'm Alex Ager, and I am the Artistic Director of the Kearsarge Chorale, a community choir that is based in New London, New Hampshire. I have been the Artistic Director for a little over 2 years now, taking the post in 2019. I'm sorry that I can't be live with you today. As you're watching this right now, I will be at a leadership training held by the Boy Scouts of America. So I am recording this at home, and hopefully my cat doesn't make too much noise during this. But anyways, Kearsarge Chorale has been rehearsing virtually over Zoom for the past year. And we recorded 2 virtual concerts, one last fall and the most recent one this past spring. With our singers recording themselves at home and sending all of those recordings in to be all put together by Jack Barbin, who is the choir director at St. Andrew's Church in New London. So big thank you to Jack for all of his excellent work, putting us all together and making us sound like we are in person as one group singing. Both of our virtual concerts can be found on our YouTube channel just by searching for the Kearsarge Chorale. We are eager and very excited to be rehearsing and making music and performing again this fall after what will be almost 18 months of not singing in person. I know that I am very excited about it and looking forward to it. The piece you will hear today is Sing Me to Heaven by Daniel E. Gothrop. And this piece really emulates what we as singers feel about music in our lives. The lyricist is Gothrop's wife, Jane Greiner, and she says that, quote, "The premise of this piece is that there are times in our lives when nothing but music can express the intensity of what we are feeling." End quote. I could not agree more with that statement. And so music is very important in my life and very important in all of our lives, as we know. And so with that, I really want to thank Joanna and the Choral Arts Foundation of the Upper Valley for putting together this virtual showcase. And I really wish I could be live with you guys today. But I still extend a thank you to all who are listening. And on behalf of the Kearsarge Chorale, we hope you enjoy Sing Me to Heaven.
In my heart's sequestered chambers lie truths stripped of poet's gloss. Words alone are vain and vacant, and my heart is mute. In response to waking silence, memory summons half-heard voices, and my soul finds rival eloquence
and passion, pain and pleasure, touching me, grief and comfort, love and passion, pain and
One of the things I love about that piece is how it calls out where music takes us throughout the course of our lives. Sing me a lullaby, a love song, a requiem. Music is there for us at every point of the journey and covers a lot of different emotions, different territory. And with that, I'm going to bring in Mark Nelson, who has a very unique song to share with us with Harmony Night. Hello, Mark. How's it going?
Hello, Johanna. How are you doing?
Good. Everyone, Mark is one of the masterminds behind this choral showcase. He's a board member for the Choral Arts Foundation, in addition to being here as a choral director today. Mark, do you want to tell us a little bit about this piece?
Well, yes, but I think what I need to do to talk about this video, I must send a major shout out for Ms. Johanna, who, my God, in addition to her prodigious tech chops and lovely interviewer persona, who knew that Johannes had such a sense of humor? And so
I edited this video together.
I sent an audio in for this particular occasion, and Harmony Night does not have many photographs of its activity. And so Johanna took it upon herself. I have to say, she sent me the thing and say, yeah, what do you think, Mark? And it took me about 30 seconds to stop laughing. So yes, this is Helplessly. This is actually my transcription of Crosby, Stills, Nash, Helplessly Hoping. I actually composed a little bit of an intro and an outro because it usually is done with guitar accompaniment and it seemed a little empty without anything in the cracks. So here is, and this is also, we have to say, this is a driveway choir version, and it truly shows what the driveway choir is about. It's not letter perfect. You hear an occasional bump of a microphone. And I think actually in that light, this recording beautifully captures the last year. I think it's also a very credible rendering of this arrangement. But in any case, Johanna, thank you so much for your contributions. Take it away.
Helplessly hoping her harlequin hovers nearby, awaiting a word, gasping and longing. On hello, they are one person. They are two alone. They are three together. They are for each other.
That was so much fun. I want to hear all the Crosby, Stills, and Nash now done by Harmony Night. You guys did a great job.
Well, we've done, let's see, find the cause of freedom, right? We did that one several years ago. Okay, I'll work on it.
Well, what do you have in store this summer other than, once again, shameless plug for our summer sings, Mark with the Brahms Requiem, one of my favorite pieces of all time. Johannes Brahms is actually my namesake, or I'm his, hard to tell. But anyway, excited for that on August 13th. Otherwise, what else do you have going on, Mark?
Well, actually, Harmony Night has been working on things since a year ago, April. We started doing Zoom stuff April 2020. We were outside in a field in July. We were among the first to use the driveway choir technology. So we've developed a fairly substantial repertoire, and now we're looking for a way to use it. We are talking about maybe doing something at some of the senior residencies. I'm not sure. We're still brainstorming it at the moment. We're going to do some things this month and then take a break.
Sounds good. Well, looking forward to seeing you. Looking forward to seeing Harmony Night again. And thank you so much, Mark, for all that you've done for the Choral Arts Foundation.
Johanna, thank you again so much for this and for your creative efforts on that video and other videos that I've seen throughout the afternoon. Take care.
Well, I think we needed a little bit of irreverence for a summer afternoon spent all together here, something to lift our spirits. So our next choir, Full Circle Singers, Jennifer unfortunately was unable to join us today, but I think her piece perfectly captures the spirit of all the singers in the audience, all of the choir directors who have spoken so far.
Hello, I'm Jennifer Yoakum. I'm the founder and director of Full Circle, a group of people who've been singing together since 1991. I'm sorry I can't be live with you today. It didn't work out. So I'm recording this on a chilly Saturday afternoon. And we'll keep our fingers crossed that my dog will not bark. Big thank you to Johanna and the Choral Arts Foundation of the Upper Valley once again for putting together this choral extravaganza. Full Circle has not been singing during this time. We actually sort of chose not to, and with our fingers and toes crossed, we are eager to return together this fall. Along with our traditional Christmas concert, or holiday concert, I should call it, every year, we have a spring concert, and we use this opportunity to almost always have a theme with music poetry stories surrounding a theme. Some of our very first ones were body parts and animals. We've done food, nature, the elements, jobs, really a lot. After all these years, we have covered a lot of territory. The song we're going to be listening to today that Full Circle did, we performed in 2013. It's the Gwyneth Walker's arrangement of How Can I Keep From Singing? And coincidentally, the Thetford Chamber Singers, when Valerie Miller was the director, commissioned this piece. So they were the first ones. It originally calls for brass. We have the late Scott Smedinghoff accompanying us when we performed this in our theme when Full Circle celebrated singing, which seemed quite appropriate. I just have a little teeny blurb here that Gwyneth Walker, when she referred to this piece, she said, "I've always liked this song, so I decided to make my own arrangement. In doing so, I changed the original triple meter into a duple meter for the extra strength and triumph that would come with the duple meter. I also added quite a few lyrics." Well, I hope that the next time that we meet, we are face to face instead of me facing myself. That will be a great thing. Looking forward to making music with community people, going to concerts, going to restaurants, getting out into the world again. So thank you very much for listening, and I hope you enjoy it, and I will see you this fall. Bye.
piece is so fantastic. And I see in the comments that we have a number of fans, especially of this arrangement in particular. So thank you so much, Jennifer, for sending that in. Before we go to our last number to play us out, I just want to give a shout out to my fellow board members. I already mentioned Mark Nelson. Thank you so much for being here. But also Kate Chamberlain, who's been in the chat engaging with you all. Joe Shute and Alan Wyman, who are core members of the team, who have been helping to arrange this very complex rehearsal schedule for all of the choirs to share this driveway choir system. This would not be possible without Joe and Alan. So, and I see them represented in so many of the choirs in these videos. So just, you know, thank you so much, Joe and Alan, for all of your help. Thank you also, Megan Helm and John Archer, Katie Price, Katie Collada-Roosh. We've just had such a great time this year putting all of this together. So thank you, everyone. And now I'm going to bring in Henry once again to close us off. Hi, Henry.
Hi, it's great seeing all these people. That last one's my favorite too. I love the arrangement. So we've got the Hallelujah Chorus up next, and from the Messiah. And this was a collaborative project involving several local churches that we broadcast on Easter. And the singers are listed at the end of the video, but I just wanted to especially thank Jim Lenz, who put the video together. And because of all that tireless work, we can sing along. Let's see, Elaine Lenz and Mike Hogan from Meriden CC helped make the guide track, so we all sang to, and Abby Murphy, thank you to her too. Allison Cheroff helped me recruit all the singers, and David Perlman added my favorite element of this, which you'll hear. So I won't spoil it for you. All right, we're almost there, guys. I mean the pandemic, but also the concert. So
and that's why this would be a great one to close off with. It really feels like we're ready for a hallelujah, but also if you have your screen in front of you and you don't have this entirely committed to memory, we do have the lyrics. Feel free to sing on your own, sing with us separately together, which is how we've been singing for a lot of the last 12 months. Really looking forward to singing together very soon. So
everyone.
Thanks so much, Henry. And thanks so much, everyone, for joining us. Have a great summer. Hope to see you at some of the summer sings. And yeah, hallelujah.